All right, in section 21.2, we are just going to continue exploring the straight line. We just talked about the slope. We know that the slope of a line, m, is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, right? Change in y over the change in x, all right? Slope-intercept form of a line. If you're asked to either give a line in slope-intercept form or told that it is slope-intercept form, that means it is in the form y equals mx plus b, where m here represents the slope and b represents the y-intercept. All right. We also have point slope form. Point slope form is very useful when we are trying to find the equation of a line, given either 2 points or 1 point and the slope. So point slope form is y minus y naught equal to m times x minus x naught. So in this case, y and x are going to be my variables. X naught, y naught comes from a specific known point that I'm going to plug in here. All right. The general form of a line, ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. The general form just means that we took the slope-intercept form and we moved everything to one side so that I have an equation equal to 0. All right. We know that a horizontal line takes on the form y equals b, where b is some random constant. So anything like y equal to 6 or y equal to -5, all of those are horizontal lines. All right. Vertical lines will take on the equation x equal to c, where c is a constant. All right, so examples here. Number 1, we would like to write the equation 6x minus 9y minus 18 equal to 0 in slope-intercept form. All right, so we want to take it from this form to slope-intercept form. So that means we would like to solve for y. So the first thing that I will do is just to see if I can get the term that contains y alone on one side of the equation. So I'm going to do this by taking this term, moving it to the other side. So 6x minus 18 is equal to 9 times y. It doesn't matter in equality which components you write on which side. It's just an equality, it's just a scale, it doesn't matter. All right, so the next thing that we need to do to get y by itself is to divide both sides by 9, right? Divide both sides by 9. All right, so 6 divided by 9 will reduce to 2/3. So this will be 2/3 times x minus 18 divided by 9 is equal to 2. And then, of course, this will just be equal to y. All right, and you're done. Y is equal to negative 2/3 x minus 2. So my slope is equal to 2/3, and my y-intercept is equal to -2. All right, so a line, of course, becomes a whole lot easier to graph once we have it in slope-intercept form. All right, so I want you guys to be comfortable that just because y is on the right-hand side of the equation, it doesn't matter. 2/3 x minus 2. It means the exact same thing, right? All right. Example number 2. We would like to find the equation of the line that passes through the point 0, -3 and has a slope of -2. All right, so anytime you are given either 2 points or 1 point and the slope, we are, for both, eventually going to use point slope form. So I'll remind you that point slope form says the following: y minus y naught is equal to m times x minus x naught. So in the information that this problem gave me, the point here, this represents this point x naught comma y naught, and the slope here gives m. So let's replace what we know. I will have y minus, all right, y naught is equal to -3. M is equal to -2. X minus, and x naught is equal to 0. All right, and we're going to clean up. So this is y plus 3 is equal to -2 times x. And typically we want to give the equation of the line in point slope form. So I'm again going to solve for y. So I'm going to just subtract 3 from both sides. So y is equal to -2x minus 3. All right, for example number 3, we have a very similar situation, except instead of being given a point that the line passes through and the slope, I'm just being given 2 points. All right, so it just means that we have this one additional step. Step 1 would be to take those 2 points and find the slope, and then we can proceed with the choice of either one of the 2 points and then the slope we just calculated. So step 1 would be to find the slope. So we know the slope is equal to the change in y over the change in x. And so that is equal to 5 minus negative 2 divided by 4 minus 3. All right, this is equal to 7 divided by 1, or simply just 7. All right, so we know what the slope is. So the next part of the problem then, part 2, would be to find the equation using point slope form. All right, so if I use point slope form, y minus y naught is equal to m times x minus x naught. All right, let's plug in. So now you get to choose either one of these 2 points. It's at your convenience. I'm going to go ahead and use, I don't know, eeny, meeny, miny, moe. I'll use this point right here. So x naught, y naught will be these values. X naught's going to be equal to 4, y naught's going to be equal to 5, and then m, of course, is equal to 7. So here's m. Let's plug in. So I will have y minus 5 equal to 7 times x minus 4. So y minus 5 is equal to 7x. Let's see, 7 times negative 4 is equal to negative 28. And then finally, in order to get y by itself, I'm going to add 5 to both sides of the equation. So y is equal to 7x minus 23. All right, so let's use, instead of using this point, let's use this point. So I would have y minus y naught equal to m times x minus x naught. So y minus, so if I use the negative 2 as the y naught, the slope is still equal to 7, and then I would use 3 as the x naught. All right, so I would have y plus 2 equals 7x. Let's see, what is 7 times negative 3? That'll be negative 21. All right. And so in order to get y by itself, I need to subtract 2 from both sides. So y will be equal to 7x. 21 minus 2 will be, or negative 21 minus 2, negative 23. So you see, I end up with the same equation. So it does not matter which one of those 2 points you use. If you prefer to use slope-intercept form, it's just an extra step. All right, so that's going to become a 3-step process. So once you have the slope, you are going to, or it becomes a system of equations, right? Because you have 2 points. So you're going to plug in the first point, and you're going to isolate. The m and the b, right? They're both the slope and the y-intercept. And you're going to do it again with the other point, which gives either a system of equations, or what you can do is just find the slope the way we did it, and then use the slope-intercept form, plug in 1 point, and plug in the known slope, and that'll give you the value for b. And then you can go ahead and plug in b and m both back into the slope-intercept form. That's fine too. I think that this is one less step, right? Because the way that you just suggested becomes 3 steps. This is just 2 steps, but really ultimately it doesn't matter. If you're more comfortable doing it that way, that's fine. All right, number 4. Let's see. We would like to find the equation of the line that passes through the point 0, 0 and is parallel to the line y equals 3x minus 9. All right, so this is kind of going to become a question I'm going to ask regularly, because this is a procedure of getting to the right answer. Anytime you are asked to find the equation of a line, ultimately you need 2 things. You need the slope, and you need at least 1 point that the line is passing through. This problem provides you with both. All right, so the slope here is equal to we are told that we want to find the equation of a line that is parallel to the line y equals 3x minus 9. What is the slope for this line right here? 3. So the slope for my line is also going to be equal to 3, right? So we have the slope. The other thing that I need is the point, and over here I'm given the point 0, 0. So we have the slope, we have a point that we're passing through, and so again, y minus y naught will be equal to m times x minus x naught. Let's plug in what we know. Y minus 0 is equal to 3 times x minus 0, hence y is just equal to 3x. Anytime we do pass through the origin, we know that our y-intercept is going to be equal to 0. So you could have kind of actually straightforwardly said to me, since the slope is 3 and the y-intercept is 0, this is just going to be equal to y equals 3x. That's fine too. All right. Number 5 says find the equation of the line that passes through the point 2, negative 4 and is perpendicular to the line y equals 1/2 x plus 3. So again, let's quickly determine. So for my line that I'm looking for, what will the slope be equal to? It's going to be negative the reciprocal of this line. So the reciprocal will be 2, negative will be minus 2. All right, the point is given here, so it is the point 2, 4. So again, using this slope-intercept form, y minus y naught is equal to m times x minus x naught. All right, so y minus 4 is equal to negative 2 times x minus 2. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I didn't write down the negative. Sorry. Yes, so this becomes minus negative 4, so it becomes plus. Thank you. All right, negative 2x, and then negative 2 times negative 2 becomes positive 4. All right, and so finally I'm going to have to subtract 4 from each side to get y by itself. So y is equal to negative 2x. All right, number 6. We would like to find the slope and the y-intercept of the line 9x minus 3y minus 3 equal to 0. All right. So again, that slope-intercept form is going to be the best way to do this, because once I have it in slope-intercept form, you can simply read off the slope and the intercept, right? So this means we need to solve for y. So again, I'm going to take the component that includes y, or that contains y, get it alone on one side of the equation. So 9x minus 3 is equal to positive 3y. To get y by itself, I'll divide both sides by 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3x minus 1 equals y. Or of course, if you like to read it like this, y equals 3x minus 1. We can then see that the slope is equal to 3, right? And the y-intercept will be equal to negative 1. All right, number 7 wants me to find the equation of the line that passes through the point 2, negative 4 and is parallel to the line 6x minus 2y minus 14 equal to 0. All right, again, the point that the line is passing through is being provided. The slope is provided in kind of a backwards way. I need to just go dig a little bit to find the slope. So in order to find the slope, I need to first write the equation of this line right here in slope-intercept form, read off the slope, and then I can use it. So if I solve for y, 6x minus 14 is equal to positive 2y. If we divide each side by 2 here, this will be equal to 3x minus 7 equal to y. So the important thing that I'm trying to get here is that the slope is equal to 3. All right, so the slope then, since my line is parallel, the slope for my line also will be equal to 3. And again, it passes through the point 2, negative 4. So again, y minus y naught is equal to m times x minus x naught. So y minus negative 4 is equal to 3 times x minus 2. So y plus 4 is equal to 3x minus 6. Therefore, y is equal to 3x. If I subtract 4 from both sides, this will be minus 10. So this is the equation of my line. All right, so I understand that a lot of this material is review, but I think that you're going to be doing so much better later on when we're dealing with derivatives if this stuff is second nature. Right? So we want to make sure that you can find the equation of a line every which way.